Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining in and tuning in to my GLP-1 journey update. I am currently taking the medication Zepbound, which has the active ingredient tirzepatide. I've been on this GLP-1 medication journey for over 7 months now. As many of you know that have been following me for a while since I started tracking my journey, you know that I have recently moved up in a dose, so I am coming on today to provide the update for that. This will be a 2-week update for week 33 and week 34. I did not do a video for week 33 solely, so this will be for both weeks. So this is an update for that. So last video I did an update on week 32. I shared that my doctor and I decided to titrate me up to the 10 milligrams dose, being that they couldn't get the PLA done for the 7.5 so that I can stay on that dose. So that was the update for that if you haven't watched that video. So last week I did share in the week 32 video as well that for week 33 I was going to be, and I did do a 5 milligram shot and a 2.5 milligram shot so that I can do a 7.5 dose essentially. That way I don't jump right up, because I was taking the 5 milligrams while I was waiting for a response or an answer from my doctor regarding staying on the 7.5. I was taking the 5 milligrams dose. So I didn't want to jump from the 5 milligrams right up to the 10 milligrams. So I did the 2 dose to equal to the 7.5 before I went up to the 10 milligrams dose, which is the one that I took for this week, which is week 34. So that went okay. I didn't really have any symptoms or side effects or anything. Thankfully, it was pretty normal for the most part. I did have to give myself 2 shots. I didn't film it. Maybe I should have, but I didn't film it. I did have to give myself 2 shots, and I did a thigh shot in my right thigh on that day. So many of you know I've had conversations or, spoken to some of you in the comments regarding the shot between the belly and the thigh. And some of you also have shared or agreed that for them personally, and also for me, that the shot in the thigh, those weeks seems like to be the best, the best weeks, I guess I should say. That's the word I can think of or come up with right now, because you see more results. And I've also seen that as well when I do my shots in the thigh. So I know you probably would make sense to maybe just do it in the thigh every week, but I don't want to do that. I still want to rotate and not just use the same 2 spots week over week, because I think eventually that may have a negative impact. Don't know for sure, but there's a chance, there's a warning regarding that as well. So I did it in the thigh on the right side. I did let the medicine, or not the vial, but the pen, get to room temperature, because we've had that conversation as well when I've had to do it straight out of the fridge because I almost forgot, and I take my shots at night before bed. So I did get a chance to get them out of the fridge, let them get room temperature, and then do the 2 shots last week, and that turned out okay. So I want to share, let's see where I weighed in at. Sorry, give me a second. Calendar. Okay, so on week 33, I weighed in at 179.2, which would be up from the week I weighed in at previously. Again, I'm not concerned about that. I was taking the 5 milligrams dose, and like I shared in my week 32 video, I did notice, or that dose was starting to decrease in progress. I didn't completely stall on that dose, but I did start seeing some decrease in the progress. So I'm not too surprised about that. Also started working out recently, a couple weeks ago, and I do lift weights, and most of you may know that, when muscle weighs more than fat. So that might be a factor as well, why I went up a couple ounces on that, because the week before that I weighed at 178.6, so it wasn't a lot that I jumped up to. So again, I'm not concerned about that. And that was the week that I did the 7.5 total shot with the 5 milligrams dose and the 2.5 milligrams dose shot for that. So that was for week 33. Again, no side effects. I don't really have anything to update regarding that on that note as well. And everything went well for that week. So week 34 which is this week, and it is Saturday. I forgot to say that. Usually I say happy Saturday or whatever day it is. So happy Saturday. It's a few days after my shot day. Most of you know who've been following me for a while know that I take my shots on Thursday. So this is actually the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So yes, I had to take my shot on Thanksgiving that night. And it was cool and everything. And I also filmed a vlog that day for what I ate on Thanksgiving while on the GLP-1 medication. So if you're interested in that video, you want to see how I did my meals for that day and the portions that I had and how much I ate on Thanksgiving, be on the lookout for that vlog video as well. So back to this video for week 34. The first week that I took my 10 milligram shot, and I'm glad I'm filming this video a few days after so that I can give you guys some insight on the results, or what's been happening after taking the 10 milligram shot, because a lot of you have been responding to some of the other videos that I posted saying, what I want to know what's going on the 10 milligrams dose, and it's here, it's coming. I know this is only a few days, so I believe I'll probably give myself, obviously I'll do another update next week as well, but I'll probably give myself at least a few more weeks to be able to really tell if there's been any changes or any difference as far as like side effects or anything, like I've mentioned that I experienced when I titrated from the 2.5 to the 5 milligram dose, which was my concern going up to the higher dose. Like I just vividly remember going through some of those side effects when titrating from 2.5 to 5 milligrams. And that was my concern moving up to the 10 milligrams dose. So a few days in taking the shot, I took it on Thursday at, let's see, I don't see the time on here. I'll find it. So I did weigh in that morning as well. And I shared this on my vlog as well that I did for the Thanksgiving, what I eat in that day. I weighed in on Thursday, and I weighed in as soon as I got on the scale. It said 167. I was like, wait a minute, I weighed in at 179 last week. That's a huge, huge drop. So I thought, okay, maybe my scale needs some new batteries. So I changed the batteries out. And then I hop back on again. Then it put me at 181. Then I'm like, okay. So then a few minutes later, I got back on and I weighed in at 178.2. Like I've shared in previous videos as well a couple weeks ago, like that's happened to me before, like in the mornings right away. Like if I hop on and then I forget to film it, I hop back on and then it shows a different number. So I don't know. Those are pretty big gaps compared to what I've experienced before when I've hopped on once and hopped back on and the numbers were different. So I stuck with the 178.2 because to me that made more sense as far as where I was last week and where I've been on the progress. So that's the number that I'm sticking with. We'll see what I weigh in at next week and see how things go. So that 167 was definitely it was deceiving, I should say. I knew for sure that was not the right number. So hopefully what the case was is that my scale just needed new batteries, which I put new batteries in there, and then things should be good to go from there. So that's what I weighed in at, and then I took my shot later that day after, doing the Thanksgiving festivities and everything that I did that day, and I took the 10 milligram shot. So I will say, so I did a shot in my right side lower belly for the first shot on the 10 milligram dose, and I will say, and I guess I should mention too, I did take it out the fridge and let it get room temperature. I did not take it right out of the fridge. I knew for sure I didn't want to do that on that dose. So I will say that when I did do the shot, like it's almost like I could feel the medicine kind of working right away. I don't know what it was. I think it was maybe because it is a stronger dose and my body was just kind of like, woo, what is this type situation? So I will say I did feel that when the medicine went in. It wasn't, as I did the shot, that felt normal with the shot going in and everything, and I did bleed a little bit, which happens to me sometimes here and there. So that was all normal as well. But I will say that I did feel a difference in my body with the medicine after I took the shot. So not sure what that is. We'll see what happens. I haven't noticed too much of a difference in my appetite per se. I will say when I woke up yesterday morning, I did eat. I had a parfait. I didn't finish it. I don't measure or count calories or anything, so I can't really share that much. I just kind of measure with the heart, essentially. So I use some yogurt, of course, some Greek yogurt, and then I put some strawberries and blueberries and some granola, and that was my parfait in the morning. So I did eat that because I did feel like, I was hungry, and then I had my coffee, of course, with the protein and the collagen as well. So that's what I ate the next morning. I don't recall when I ate after that. I will say my appetite is probably, you know, still suppressed and everything, but again, I have been working out as well, so my body is also craving some nutrients because of that as well. So that plays a factor as well too, that I have to also probably mention regarding taking this medication. Some of you may know I've been posting some videos regarding my workouts and showing you guys some of the routines that I do here at home. So that plays a factor as well too, as far as my appetite also. And then I didn't eat for a while after that, I want to say, after I ate that breakfast. And then I had some leftovers from Thanksgiving dinner, like some greens and macaroni and cheese. So, and then I, you know, was drinking water and everything throughout the day. So I did notice, so when I had like my greens and macaroni, I did actually finish it. I did finish that, but it had been several hours between the parfait and when I ate that. So I'm not really surprised. And I have been kind of active as well during the day, moving around. I did work out yesterday morning. I posted a little clip of that. And then I also started like putting up like Christmas decor and everything around the house. So by the time I ate the macaroni and cheese and the greens, I was hungry because I had been moving around and I hadn't eaten, like I said, throughout the day. I had a little protein after my workout, but I didn't eat like a meal. So I'm not surprised about that either. So I will say I did notice, you know, that my appetite, I wouldn't say is much more suppressed compared to taking the other dose of the medications, but I have noticed that, you know, it's working, essentially, I guess I should say, when it comes to the appetite suppressant and things like that. So as I mentioned in another video, I think it was just my vlog video the other day too, I do my best. I try not to, or I try to make sure I maintain a balanced diet. I want to make sure that I'm not eating a lot of things that are, you know, packed with sugars and carbs and all that stuff either. I don't, like I said, I don't calorie count. I don't do any of that stuff. I just try to make sure that I have a balanced diet with the protein, vegetables, fruit, like stuff like that. And I've shared that in previous videos as well. That has been, you know, my go-to since I started this medication. Before taking the medication, I was counting calories and doing all that stuff. But then once I started taking the medication, I just found that it just wasn't worth it. I didn't need to do it anymore because I would just eat till I'm full, and that was that. And then I tried, like I said, I try to make sure that I get my protein and everything. That's why I put it in my coffee, because I want to make sure I get a good amount of protein in throughout the day. So another thing I wanted to share in this video, I was talking to another one of my Zepbound friends and that I know in person recently, and she shared this app with me. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my phone. If you guys are familiar with this app, but it's called Shotzi, and it's an app, and I'll have it up here. I'll put like a picture and everything up here. An app for you to be able to track your shots. Now, I've been tracking my shots since I started, like I said, 7 months ago. So back in April, when I started taking this medication, I have it all tracked week by week in my notes on my phone. But she showed me this app, and it is so, so nice. So I'll just go over a few things just to kind of give you guys, if you're interested, if you aren't aware of this app yet and you're interested, a few things that is provided for me. So if you, I'm going into the results right here, and I'll post this picture. And it showed you, like, I can probably kind of show you, like, the track and everything and how I keep track of everything. It gives me my total change for weight, my current BMI, like, what? And then it gives me the percentage as well, and then my weekly average of weight loss as well. So this is really, really nice. I really love this app. And then you can go in, I have my shots and everything. And again, I'll show the picture up here. And you can, it just shows you like where you weigh in, the dose that you took for that week. And also you can put like the area that you did your shot as well, because that's nice to keep track of too. Because as I said earlier in the video, I've noticed that when I do my shot on my thighs, I feel like I see more results when I do that. So that's nice to be able to have that tracked as well, so you can have an idea of what works and what may not work and what you may want to try. So I really, really enjoy this app. If you haven't looked into this app or don't have any tracking apps where you can track your GLP-1 medication, I highly, highly recommend this app. I love it. I have like entered all of my weeks all the way back in April. Of course, I did not track like the areas every week, week over week, so I didn't have that, but I did have most of the other stuff that that this will have. I'm trying to get to, let's see here. yeah, so you can, so if I wanted to put in a shot today, I can, enter the shot, and then it gives me the date. It gives, and it has different medications as well. It's not just for Zepbound. This is for other GLP-1 medications as well, including compound medication. It has those in here too. So that's really, really nice. And it has the dose. You can, in the injection site, like I said, it has that option. Then it also has an option for pain level. Like, oh my goodness, that's so nice. So if you inject in a certain area and you experience some pain, that'll be, a tracker, a way for you to go back and be able to track that, so you can maybe not do it in that area again. So nice. And you can also put the time that you did your shot as well, which I think is amazing. Trying to go in here to see. Yeah, so here's the one that I did on Thursday, November 28th. So I took it at 11:30 p.m. That was the time I took it. And it's so nice to be able to track the time. Like, I know I take it at night before I go to bed, but a lot of times I don't remember what time, depending on what's going on that day or what's going on that week. So I really love that. And again, the area that I tracked it in as well. So again, it's called Shotzi is the name of the app, and it is available for both Android and iPhone users. So I highly recommend, if, like I said, if you aren't familiar, if you haven't heard of this app, to use that app to track your medication. So that is all that I have for this week. That is the update on the 10 milligrams so far. Of course, I'm sure I'll come on and share more as well regarding this medication. I will say, though, that the side effect that I was am most concerned about regarding previous experience with the 5 milligrams would be constipation. So thankfully, that has not been my experience this weekend, but I don't think I'm in the clear yet per se, because it didn't happen to me after taking the 5 milligrams for weeks after I've been taking the medication. So like I said, we're gonna see how this goes. Hopefully I'll be good and I'm all in the clear, but I do want to share with you guys. I know you guys have been waiting for me to share with you guys my experience and everything on this 10 milligrams dose. So stay tuned. This is not the only update for the 10 milligrams dose. There will be others, and I will share going forward. So again, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for following me on my journey. Thank you for interacting in the comments and sharing your experience as well. If you haven't yet, thumbs up the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, join me on this journey, share the videos if you think this will be helpful for somebody that you know personally as well, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you later.